Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Denver Broncos. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Second down, Johnson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So our initial drive this afternoon results in 3. Not sure that that's a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
You're exactly right about that. I love how you framed it, right? Not sure it's a statement, but at the same time, you're putting something out there, aren't you? Letting them know, hey, we came to play today.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for the
blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
The Play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and to everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Set. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. A quick hitter complete. It's Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He sets to fire deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 43 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Watching now, Barney.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Lucky 56.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They begin the drive with Johnson. Able to slither by. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now let's go. Blue, land it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Black 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Dancing to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Barkevious Mingo. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now lucky 56.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. Steps away to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Gone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, twisting away. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And down he'll go at the 25. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Dances by him. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. Shrugs the tackle. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Denver. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Underneath for Johnson. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's the first carry for Trey Cohen, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. 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 Detroit.
He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue, landed. Detroit. 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 Gone. 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 Gone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
to throw here. And that is incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Detroit!
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Broncos on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gone!
Now back to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Rolling to his left. His throw right around the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. In for the score. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
We just saw one of the benefits of a quarterback having mobility. Scrambled around, kept the play alive, and then found a receiver open downfield for a touchdown.
And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They go to Johnson again. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. This is Cohen. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Oh, now he bowls him over. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll go down at the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll get it up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
No, check, Patriot!
Back to throw. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed